One thing I would like to mention in a little more detail, because some people and myself initially thought that there was more difficulty than there actually is in wiring up this humidifier for use in a fermentation chamber. So basically, at least for my fermentation, dehumidifier, I had a number of things in series with both the AC fan and the compressor. So basically what you want to do when you're using it with a fermentation chamber is get rid of everything in series or in series with the AC circuit that will turn off the unit if certain conditions are not met, like this circuit here. This is where the knob went. You can hear a little click. That's has the humidistat, and you basically set it where you want your humidity level to be. That controls a relay in here, which allows electricity to flow or not, turning on the compressor and fan. And there's also this circuit here. I've already taken it apart extensively, but this was part of a float system inside the water reservoir. As it filled, it would actually lift up. So normally it's down, and it would lift up, and the circuit would be shut off, and the fan and dehumidifier would turn off. There's also down here, there's another switch, and on the other side you can just see, can you see? Yeah, that little guy there, that just tells the system that the reservoir is in place, so the humidifier will not turn on. There was also a series, let me see, it's right over here. There's this guy on the refrigeration tube, and it was in series with the compressor circuitry wiring. And my only thought is that if it's either looking to see if it's frozen, too cold, or too hot, basically not cooling, and then it will shut off. I believe it would probably be checking to see that it's not frozen. Then it will stop the flow of electricity, and because that's a pretty common problem with cooling units. So I've basically taken everything out. Notice there's nothing, there's only one wire hooked up here. I've basically taken all the hot lead going to the fan, spliced it to the hot lead going to the compressor, and to the hot lead coming from the actual AC wall plug-in. So when I plug my unit in, it turns everything on, which is exactly what I want. And I'll just do that right now. Now you could hear the compressor kick on, the fan's blowing. The fan blows back this way. There's nothing you can do about that if you want to keep the structure in place. I didn't feel like reversing it or anything, and you can't just reverse the leads. It doesn't work with the AC motors without other work. So this guy cools down pretty quickly, and yeah, it should be ready to go into my fermentation chamber once I properly splice the wires together and get everything safe. So yeah, it's not that tough after all. Just take your time and make sure the electricity's out. Maybe ground wires to the frame before you really start playing with them, and be safe.